Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you with the Pokemon sales data video. My back hurts from shoveling snow, so I don't know how long I can stand here. Also, I will not be in the office today or tomorrow or for the next like 4 days because the snow and it's crazy. But shout out to my Patreon members. I love you. You know who you are. I should just write you all down and just maybe I'll do that next time. Anyway, Neogenesis. We have a dark for no, I'm sorry, not a dark for alligator. That is Neo Destiny. In this Neogenesis, we have a Neogenesis pack. Its first edition PSA 10 had the Feraligatr artwork, and it was just really cool. I got a bunch of those like earlier this year for like $1,200, and this one I sold for $1,200. So it's the Feraligatr artwork of the Neogenesis pack, first edition PSA 10, $1,200. Those guys are awesome. I miss them. I wish I didn't have to sell. Moving on from that Neogenesis, we have a Lugia first edition PSA 8 sold for $21.25, and a Lugia first edition PSA 7 sold for $15.25. That 8 I think is undervalued. That 7 is probably a little undervalued. Yeah. I think they both are. Again, right now we're just seeing a lot of supply, and this lot of supply it could dip again because there's so much supply and people that have it. Like, okay, I got mine. I don't really need one. It's going to be, I'm going to say 2020, sometime in 2021, you're going to have every person that's a collector that can afford these cards, like, okay, I got it. And then that supply is going to drop. And then as new people get in, they're going to want it. And so again, I think sometime in 2021, I don't know when. Right now we just had so much supply, people trying to flip as well. And eventually that'll get into the collector's hands and they just won't sell. Neo Destiny, we only had one. We had a light Arcanine first edition PSA 8 sold for $500. There's a PSA 10 on auction right now, which I think should be like $5,000. But I think right now the current bid's like $2,000 or something like that. If you can get it, see, I want to say that because Arcanine, we've had the Arcanine from base set. It's not even a rare, which it should be, or hollow. Then we have Blaine's Arcanine, very historic card. And then we don't have an Arcanine for a while until we get to Neo Destiny, and it's a light Arcanine. So it's something that I kind of wish would have had a Shining, maybe that instead of Kabutops. Although Kabutops is great, Shining Arcanine would have been legit. But anyway, this is something where there's not a lot of them. They're hard to grade, and light Arcanine looks more like a puppy. It's not like badass artwork like Blaine, but it's cool, it's cute, it's adorable. But first edition PSA 8 sold for $500. The 9 should sell for about $1,000. That 10 should be probably $5,000. So if you can get that for like $2,500, $3,000, great. Speaking of $3,000, Gym Challenge, we had Erica's Venusaur. What the fuck is wrong with you people? First edition PSA 10 sold for $3,450. That is a starter. That is the first Venusaur we see outside of the base set. Now, granted, you have the Legendary Collection, you have base set 2, but nobody gives a shit about those. Now, you have, after Erica's Venusaur, I don't know when the next one is. That is out of my specialty. I specialize in WotC, definitely the first 2 generations, a little bit of Gold Stars, and some trophies. But so I don't know the later sets, but there's not another Venusaur, I think, for a while. And there's very hard to grade. It's under 100 first edition PSA 10s. It's a starter. It's Erica's. It's like a secret Pokemon of hers. And $3,450, I think, is very, very, very undervalued for this card. Gym Challenge, again, Giovanni's Gyarados first edition PSA 10 sold for $1,075. That is stupid undervalued. Again, there's 140 of them or something like that. It was less than 140. First edition PSA 10 copies. That is undervalued. If I had an extra $5,000 right now that Trophy Kangaskhan paid off, I would have bought those 2. Like that. What do you want? Think is undervalued? That is undervalued in my opinion. Oh my god. Now again, Gyarados, you could make the argument that like, okay, well, Giovanni doesn't have a Gyarados in the games or the show, but based on the theory I had, where you're not fighting him at his strongest, and even in the manga, he doesn't have one. So you made the argument, okay, he doesn't have one ever. He would never have one because he's a ground type. Although maybe figure you want a ground type gym leader would want to master a Pokemon, Gyarados, that's very, very hard to train. And also because flying, which is Gyarados is, ground Pokemon can't Earthquake Gyarados, can't Dig Gyarados, and water. Water just destroys ground. So maybe he would want to master a Pokemon that is really good against his normal Pokemon. So anyway, and then Erica's Venusaur, yeah, stupid undervalued. That is stupid undervalued. Rocket Set. Do we have 2 Dark Charizards, both first edition PSA 10. One sold for $5,700. The other sold for $6,201. Yeah, they're good. Those are going up again. Base set Alakazam first edition PSA 9 sold for $2,176. I think that's undervalued as well. Again, obviously we saw a spike and a bit of a dip. But as far as what people have paid versus what they're paying out, yeah, undervalued. Neo Revolution Shining Gyarados first edition PSA 9 sold for $1,525. And yeah, other people have paid like $2,500 for theirs. So if you get it at this price, it's at a nice 40% discount. So good for you. And that is it for today. I have been, because I didn't go to work today or tomorrow, and didn't go to my first job. I still had to. Thank God I was able to shovel out my friend's car, because my car, I drive a Honda. It would not do well in the snow. But if I was not able to shovel out my friend's car and bring that package, that artwork to the post office, this is how dedicated I am. And this piece of advice for anyone that sells, this is how dedicated everyone should be, to go the extra mile. I remember in 2006, 2007, whatever it was, I was working at Levittown Animal Hospital. And at that time, my friend Mark owns it now, but at the time, Dr. Dennis Leon, who's a fantastic veterinarian, lives in like Oregon now, I think has a practice there. We did what's called boarders. And outside of taking appointments, doing surgeries and whatever, boarders were left there just if the family went on vacation, they're doing construction, having company, whatever, for X amount of days. Sometimes it's one night, sometimes it's 7, 10 nights. And nobody could drive. You could not get, it was well over a foot of snow. You could not get out with your car. It was not possible. The side streets were not plowed. Thankfully, I lived about a half a block away from a main road. So I had one main road to go on, about a mile-ish, to get to another main road where I had to go like 2.5 miles to get to the hospital. And I did that because nobody else could drive, nobody else in physical shape to do that. I did it for the boarders. Thankfully, I had a key. That is what you need to do for your clients on eBay. If I was not able to shovel out my friend Mark's car, I was going to strap on. I don't even have snow boots, just the boots I had from the military, which that was not cold weather gear. And I was going to get that, and I was going to put on, I have these taco cat pajamas that my girlfriend got me, and I was going to run to the post office because, one, it was a $1,200 item, and I want to get the money for it. And you get the money faster if you deliver it right away, get tracking number for it. And it's a good 3 miles away. That's what I was going to do for my client. That is what everyone should be doing. Now, obviously, don't drive. Don't do anything dangerous. If you have like a heart condition or whatever, don't do that. But that is something that shows. If someone does that for me, and I was like, sir, I did not ask you to do that. Ma'am, you went above and beyond. That person gets my business forever. Forever. Whatever it is, whether it's a person that does landscaping and they go the extra mile, planting extra trees for me, doing this, doing that, whatever it is that they do, if that service is being given to me on just an exponential level, I'm going with that person forever. I'm letting you know, I will overpay to get with that person. When I go to a restaurant and I have a waitress or a waiter that is just absolutely, hey, done with the drink, don't even have to ask, I give you stuff, say, hey, got this, how you guys are doing? I will ask for them and I will overtip them because they're so good at the job and they're giving me a positive experience. Everyone should always strive to be the best, like no one ever was. But no, seriously, to be the best that you can. And I know I'm getting a little like another video over here, but that is specifically, I'll say it's for money, but yeah, like sometimes you'll just eat it. Sometimes you do that and people will be like, oh, thanks, no gratitude or whatever. But other times that could make the difference between not getting a sale and getting a sale. A big sale. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love you all. Catch you later. Meow.